Hello, this is my 30th speech. Today I'm going to be looking at the topic of critical race theory. I will be looking at 3 questions specifically for critical race theory. Number 1, what is critical race theory? Number 2, why is it important? And number 3, why are we teaching it to kids? So let's begin. What is critical race theory? Critical race theory is an intellectual movement and loosely organized framework of legal analysis based on the premise that race is not a natural, biologically grounded feature of physical distinct subgroups of human beings, but a socially constructed, culturally invented category that is used to oppress and exploit people of color. Critical race theorists hold that the law and legal institutions in the United States are inherently racist, insofar as they function to create and maintain social, economic, and political inequalities between whites and non-whites, especially African Americans. Critical race theory was officially organized in 1989. Why is critical race theory important? It potentially provides a more realistic understanding of white racism in the U.S. as merely a set of negative attitudes toward other racial groups, but also as a body of law and legal practices whose real-world effect is the oppression of people of color, especially African Americans. Now, why are we teaching this to kids? What many of its detractors do realize, and what they can't stand, is critical race theory challenges the notion that this is a land of equal opportunity for all, regardless of race, ethnicity, or background, as it should be. To critical race theorists, this is a land of equal opportunity, but only for some. In those groups, opportunity has been passed down from generation to generation, while other groups are perpetually left out. One of the main tenets of critical race theory is to point out the reality and make students of all backgrounds aware of the impact it has on our lives almost every day. Teachers are trying to shove down kids' throats that the blacks are so oppressed and they aren't equal to the whites. But really, kids right now, they need help in math instructions instead of ethnic studies. They need to be taught the things that they need to learn other than having something shoved down their throat, like race, which is a big thing going around in schools right now. There are some schools that are outlawing having the critical race theory put into their schools, and some people are adopting it. We just really need to look at, though, what exactly it is and what is it going to teach kids in schools. Public schools tend to make the nation's past much brighter and shinier than the full story. It would make me personally feel better if teachers aren't telling kids what to believe and shoving it down their throats of you should believe this, and instead let them decide what they believe and encourage them to believe the truth. If they don't believe the truth, that's not the teacher's fault, because the teacher actually showed them the truth and let them decide what the truth is. If people were going about the critical race theory in that way, it would make me feel a lot better about what the schools are doing. We need to stop shoving down kids' throats race, and we need to teach them what they need to hear. We need to stop making them believe instead of laying out the truth in front of them and letting them decide what is true and what is not true. If teachers encourage them to believe the right thing, we wouldn't be shoving all of this stuff down their throats. And also, if we help kids in areas that they actually need help, we would have better public schools. Parents also need to see what this does to their kids and to encourage them as well to believe the right thing. So kids can be shown that this is the truth, this is what you should believe, but this is the other side of the story, and they get to choose if they believe in critical race theory or if they don't. And if they don't want to, that's fine. I had a debate yesterday with my cousins of public schools, and they were asking me, why don't you like public schools? And I told them I don't want to deal with the people, and I don't want to deal with what they're teaching kids. They make them believe the truth that they believe. Each teacher has a different opinion or a different view, and they make them believe that view that they have. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to deal with the people. I don't want to have to deal with having something shoved down my throat when I'm just there to learn. You are there to teach me what to learn and what is the truth, instead of shoving it down my throat. So that's why also that I like being homeschooled, is because I can choose what I want to learn, and if I believe it, then I believe it. My teachers are laying out truths in front of me, or things that I can do for my life, instead of saying this is the truth, this is what you're going to believe. So, conclusions. Critical race theory is teaching our kids to exploit people of color. It potentially provides a better understanding of white racism, and it teaches our kids that there is equal opportunity in our country, only for some. This concludes my 30th speech. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day.